Okay, so another thing that I wanted to showcase was our class demographic that we created. I think that there's a few reasons why I'm super proud of this, and this was one of my favorite activities that I ever got to do. So first, taking it back to right before this, we pulled up our SARC and some other demographics about the community that we were going to be working with to create our fake classroom. And the school that we chose was actually one that is super special to me. It was a school that one of my favorite teachers works at, somebody that I admire too. It wasn't the school that I went to, but he ended up moving, and I got to observe in his classroom, not even for school or a project. I just enjoyed spending time there, getting to learn from him and getting to learn from his students because they were a Title I school, and a lot of his students were you know facing a number of challenges. And it really got to put into perspective for me, that idea of intersectionality and how we, create culturally sustaining pedagogies. I got to see those really come alive in his classroom. And so to be able to kind of base my classroom off of his, that was really special to me. So this was our class demographic. I just kind of wanted to go through and point out some fun. Um, I don't know if fun is the word, but I wanted to, point out some just interesting um, aspects. So we had at least three students in our class have some sort of disability. There was a student in a wheelchair, dyslexia, autism, ADHD, deaf. Those were some of the examples, and we had at least three students in an average classroom that faced a disability, which I know for the school that I went to, that was not necessarily the case. Um, Emergent bilingual English learners, we had two of those in our class. Something that we really did try to, implement throughout our whole lesson. And again, not something that I experienced as a student growing up, but I definitely know that it's something that I could experience depending on, where I choose to work. Um, a really interesting fact about our class demographic was that 20 out of 24 students were lower class and four students were middle class, no upper class students in this classroom. Um, yeah, knowing that I based this off of a school that I knew, this was not surprising at all to me. Um, and yeah, it definitely was something to make sense, and added it was a good thing for me to reflect on, and all of us to reflect on as a group as we went into making our whole project. And then, yeah, with race and ethnicity, we had a super diverse class, students that were, coming from a lot of different backgrounds, culturally, ethnically. And there were a lot of Hispanic Latino students, which is something that I personally can relate to. So, yeah, this was one of my favorite things that I got to do throughout the semester, and I thought it would be fun to showcase this.